Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all updates. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha Banerjee and usually I make book related videos, but today I'm making this different video because few days back I watched this episode of Shut Up Ya Kunal, and in that video there was Javed Akhtar and Yogendra Yadav, and Javed Akhtar said this really amazing thing that really hit me hard. He said that our youth doesn't really know anything about our farmers, and that is so true. He said that 70% of our population lives in the rural India, but only less than 4% of the media coverage is about the rural India, and even in that 4% they usually talk about the accidents, crime, etc. So this thing really affected me because whatever he said was absolutely true. Because how many of us really know about the issues that farmers deal with? We hear the term Qarz Maafi and loan waiver all the time, but we don't really know why are these issues out there. Why are we talking about loan waiver? Some are for it, some are against it, but why is this term out there? What is the problem that is leading to such issues? The question is, why is there a scenario of such loan waivers? So we really need to understand what our farmers are going through. So I thought of making this video after reading quite a lot about farmers in India and different issues. So I read some articles and some Google books and a few things as such, and from which I have made some notes, and these notes I am going to share with you all. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. Now before that, I want to address this fact that I don't really know how many of you all will actually watch this video, but even if 10 of you watch this video till the end, then it's a victory for me, because I would know that at least you 10 people are aware of it, and as an aware youth or as an aware citizen of this country, you will make others aware as well who are around you. So firstly, I want to share with you the story of Pravan Ram, a 50-year-old sharecropper from Bihar. Now he has this land on which he invests around rupees 40,000 rupees, and it includes plowing, sowing seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, weeding, harvesting, all of that stuff. So the yield from that land is 37 quintals, and he is only being able to sell it at the price of 1200 rupees per quintal. That is, his total earning is 44,400 rupees. Now the thing is that he earns a surplus of only rupees 4,400 rupees. Like, after working so hard for 5 months, he earns only 4,400 rupees as a surplus. This is the level of income that a sharecropper has from a land on which he invests so much of money and works hard for 5 months. Now the point is, why is he getting such low amount of money? Why is he getting only 1200 rupees per quintal, whereas the minimum support price fixed by the center is 1750 rupees? Our farmers work really hard, but on the other hand, they are not even getting the minimum support price which is fixed by the center. Somehow they are being exploited and they get such low price for their yield, and this is what their condition is. Now the point is, at least here he could earn some surplus, which is absolutely not ideal, but at least there was some surplus. Now what if there was no monsoon, or if there was drought, then what would have happened? So this is the condition of our farmers, and this is really sad. So this is just one example I gave you to make you understand that farmers work so hard, but they don't really get enough money to sustain their living. Now I want to share this information with you about the landscape of the land farmers have. So according to 2010 and 11's agricultural census, it was revealed that 67.10% farmers are actually marginal farmers, that is, they have less than 1 hectare of land. Now the point is that a large size land is more productive, there is more productivity to that land, whereas a small sized land is not that productive. You cannot really use different methods in that land. We have really low number of farmers who are large size farmers. Most of them are marginal sized. So the next issue that I want to talk about is from 2016 and 17. So there was a bumper production in India of pulses, but what happened is that in the same year there was a huge import of 6.6 million tons of pulses. So what happened is that the price in the domestic market completely nosedived. In the next year as well, there was another import of 5.5 million tons of pulses, and which even depressed the situation for our farmers. Now the point is that government couldn't put tariffs on the imports in the right time, which led for all of this to happen, and this worsened the situation for our farmers. So you must have already heard a lot about how demonetization affected the farmers and how it made them go and commit suicide. Now what actually happened that led them to take such a drastic decision? So what happened is that Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh were going through a phase of drought from a really long time. Now, the time around which demonetization was declared, in that time there was a really bumper harvest. After a really long time, there was a bumper harvest because of good monsoons. Finally, there were monsoons and they could grow a good harvest. But the point was that traders didn't have enough liquid cash with them, so they could pick up all that harvest. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is white revolution. Now, I don't know if you know about this or not, but I am very sure that you must have already watched these clippings on news channels about how farmers were spilling milk on the road and how they just let it flow on the road, and people questioned them a lot, their kind of protest. So what is white revolution? So around 1956, there was this technological innovation that led Amul to manufacture powdered milk, and powdered milk became really popular throughout the globe and people started consuming it a lot. Now, there is usually a surplus production of milk in winters, so farmers could sell that surplus amount of milk to Amul because they were now manufacturing milk powder with it, and milk powder could be stocked up for a really long time. So it was a good situation for dairies because no amount of their milk was actually being thrown away, because now Amul was buying all of it for their powdered milk production. So it was a good situation. Right now there is a global crisis, and what is happening is that the price on the global market for powdered milk has fallen down a lot. Now there can be different reasons for that, like for example, veganism has come into existence. People are turning into vegans who don't consume dairy products. They are going towards soy milk or almond milk, and that is leading to great loss for dairy farmers. So this situation is something that is causing a lot of farmers to go out and spill the milk on the road. So this is the entire story, and we didn't even know about it that clearly. No news channel actually showed the real story behind it. So before judging others, before judging the farmers, you need to understand why are they doing what they are doing. Now in 2016, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana came into existence, which was basically about providing financial support to farmers and their crops against any kind of natural calamities or pest or destruction. This entire Yojana was kind of a failure because really low number of farmers enrolled into this scheme. Now there are different factors, but most importantly, the premium for this Yojana, for the premium for this insurance scheme is really high for a farmer to afford. And it doesn't make sense if a farmer has to give so much of premium, because anyway they don't have that much of money. That's the second point, which is more important, is that insurance companies didn't take any initiative to get more farmers enrolled. They didn't even try to come up with innovative ideas so that farmers will understand this Yojana in a better way and would want to get enrolled. This Yojana was talked about a lot, and I remember it very precisely. People were like, there are going to be great advantages out of this Yojana, but this Yojana was such a failure. Now there was another scheme declared by the central government. It was basically about creating this long-term irrigation fund in which they invested, or in which they put around 40,000 crore rupees. Now under this scheme, with the help of that fund, 99 projects of irrigation were to be built before December 2019, but the progress have been very slow, and people are saying it's mostly because bureaucratic delay, and even the state government has not really cooperated with it. Now the point is that no one is thinking about the farmers. So the farmers are not getting any irrigational services. They are still dependent on monsoon. So this is the condition of our farmers, and if we don't talk about it, if we are not even aware about it, then it doesn't even make sense, because today gaining education is really easy with the help of internet. Alright, so that was all for today's video, and if you liked it, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're updated with all the notifications, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.